Hi everyone, thanks for joining the session. We'll begin soon.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Just give. Just give.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, sir. So we'll just wait for 2 minutes and see if there are more people who are joining, and then we can begin.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll begin. So, first of all, I would like to thank everyone for joining the today's session. Your presence is truly appreciated. And now I'm also delighted to introduce our esteemed chief guest, who is an expert in education and career counseling. So, Mr. Alok Bansal is a skilled professional with a unique mix of academic and practical experience. He holds a postgraduate degree in management from Xavier Institute of Management and an engineering background from Delhi Technological University. Mr. Alok further enriched his skills through a leadership course at Harvard Business School, establishing himself as a versatile individual. With a career spanning various industries and senior role in companies like ICICI Lombard, Larsen and Toubro, IBP Caltex, ExxonMobil, Mr. Alok is not only a corporate leader but also a dedicated career counselor and mentor. He has impacted thousands of students through TV shows, seminars, and Quora writing. Mr. Alok's commitment to education is evident through his annual seminars in schools and colleges, mentoring over 20,000 students. Recognized as a preferred speaker in public seminars, he is also a resource person from major media outlets like the Times of India, Navbharat Times, and Dainik Jagran. Um, so please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Alok Bansal, and we are eager to benefit from your valuable insights on exams, career choices, and personal development. So welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. And whenever we talk about careers, people have a lot of misconceptions, right?
Yeah.
Should I pursue humanities? Should I pick up something like computer science because there's a great opportunity there? Should I look at psychology because I like mental health and I want to really help people? Should I look at sociology because I really want to help the society? Should I look at biology because I think if I become a doctor, I'll be able to service them pretty well? So, a lot of misconception, myths, doubts people have in their minds, and rightly so, because there are too many options which are available. So, broadly, let me give you a background. There are more than 10,000 careers in the world, listed careers in the world. So, which one is best suited for me is based on my personality attributes. So, as a career counselor, whenever we guide students, we tell them that you have to look at who you are. I mean, there is no single simple method which is available to say that, okay, this is good for Dheeraj, this is good for Shristi or somebody else. So, you have to first decide whether I am best for, this is good for Pranav, this is good for somebody else. So one has to be very cautious about it, right? So the good method which is available is a scientific method which is available is to look at taking up a scientific methodology or maybe following a psychometric test and looking at quite a few things. Like, for an example, I look at three things. I look at interest level of the child. If the child is creative, the child is empathetic, the child is an introvert, an extrovert. So interest levels of the child are important. Second is we look at the intellectual capacity. I mean, you might be very good at maths probably, but Mehul is great at maths, but Moha is great at English. So everyone has their own capacities and capabilities, but it is different for different people, right? So one must take cognizance of your intellectual capacity. And finally, the decisive factor happens to be the personality fitment. I mean, there are some people who are introverts, they can sit in a room and probably continue to work for a long period of time alone. But there are some people like me who would like to interact with people. I mean, if Dhruv wants to interact with people, he should pick up a career where he is able to interact with people, right? So everyone has a different combination of these three things which you can check from a by taking a psychometric test is your interest levels, intellectual capacity, and personality fitment. We are all seeking happiness. The objective of picking up a career is to be happy tomorrow, right? I mean, there is no point picking up something which gives you more money in the short run but makes you unhappy. So personality is important to look at, and that's where people goof up and people take a call based on other areas. So that's a very important key attribute. Second is important thing is you must have a long-term perspective. People tell me, oh, I am passionate about drawing, so I should pick up a passion as my career and say, oh, I would like to pick up a career in design or maybe drawing or that fine arts. Not necessarily. I mean, there is a balance you can maintain between your professional aptitude and your passion. For an example, if you are a passionate painter and you make it your profession, then people would determine what kind of colors do they require, what is the size of the painting they want. So maybe for that matter, you compromise on your skill set of painting in a very, very abstract manner or a different manner. So you have to maintain that balance and just don't fall prey to the activities which are available on the reels to say that, okay, you should make your passion as your career. You can balance it out. So can you work 5 days a week professionally and 2 days of the week you can pursue your passion? You can do that. A lot of people do that. People do biking, people do play cricket, people paint as a passion. So I think it's important to balance it out. Thirdly, another important aspect I really want to make myself clear is that don't just follow the footsteps of or the advices of people who are around you. Talk to somebody who's a professional and who can definitely help you decide exactly what is a right scientific method of choosing a career which is based on your personality traits, a long term perspective. Because if you say that, okay, data scientist is a career which is required today, 5 years down the line, probably a data scientist would be taken over by ChatGPT. So the world is changing at a very, very fast pace, right? Things are changing. Technologically, things are changing. I mean, people who were very good at coding 3 years back and were making a lot of money have been replaced by ChatGPT today. So I think, but if you are able to understand your skill set or maybe your personality fitment, you'll continue to upgrade your skill sets, and that is what would enable you to grow, do well, continue to do well in your life. So a lot of things like that. What is good, what is bad. I think I am happy to take up questions, and then I can continue talking about a lot of areas which are available, right? And I can give a lot of examples. So do let me. I mean, you want to continue in this fashion, or you want me to answer queries of people?
Okay, sir. So actually, we have received some questions from the students itself earlier who are eager to navigate their academic and professional paths. So we would be delighted if you could share your expertise and your insights on the questions that are posed by the students. And once that is done, maybe we can take some questions from the participants who have joined the session, or
I am
you can also give.
okay. So
Yeah,
let's start with the questions, and then probably I can pick it up right from
yeah,
there.
yeah, sir. Yes, sir. Sure. Okay. So, well, just for the fact that when you mentioned about data science, I got a bit scared because personally, being a BTech computer science student myself, now I'll have to think of what to do ahead as I was choosing the path of data science, but we'll see. So, sir, the first question is like, since the board exams are coming up right now, so how can one effectively manage the stress during exam periods? And also, could you give some tips and strategies for succeeding in the exams?
So honestly speaking, whenever you appear for an exam, there are three things which are important for any exam perspective. One is conceptual clarity. So if I don't know the concept, how would I attempt the paper? So first thing first, you must ensure that you clear up on your syllabus, complete your syllabus, and maybe if there are any gaps, cover them up right now and revise your basics. That's important. Second is application of concepts. So there are questions which are given at the end of every chapter. If you can revise those, right, that tells you that you have learned the concepts pretty well. The mistake we do most of the times is that when we are solving a question, we go back to the concepts and say, "Ye ha ha ha, I have done that. So let me use that conceptual knowledge which is available in the chapter and solve the question." That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. I must learn the concepts, close the book, and then practice and try those questions without looking back at the concepts, because then I'm not allowing my mind to absorb what I've studied. The third area is testing strategy, and that's where people make a mistake. For board examinations, it is important that you do a lot of sample papers. Very critical. You are if you have taken, you are able to
Okay,
hear
so
me.
yeah, yes, so there was a little glitch, I guess, for a
Okay.
second.
So sample papers is important. Practice, create a timetable, follow that very religiously, and get your papers checked from an outside person.
Yes, so thank you so much. So I hope for the students who are planning to, who have their board exams upcoming, sir's words might have given you an idea and maybe you can have a strategy and move forward with it. And also wish you all the best. Sir, so our next question that we've received is, how important is aligning your career choices with your passion? And how do you identify what you are truly passionate about?
So I think by this time people have an idea that I like this. Am I passionate about this? I am exploring. So, for an example, some of you are exploring mental health, some of you are exploring cricket, some of you are exploring reading a novel, some of you are exploring cooking good food, or maybe singing. So you are exploring that. Is it your passion? If you devote an X amount of time, right, and succeed, and you enjoy that, it allows you to unwind, then it is a passion. Then it is a passion. Should you pursue your passion and make it your career? That depends. That depends. For an example, if Masaba Gupta has done it, I mean, she has pursued her passion and made it her profession, right? Which is great. Probably others have not done it, right? So I personally believe there is a strong balance which is required between professional upkeep, professional requirements, and passion. It is not necessary. I mean, for an example, I like eating good food, right? My passion is great food. So should I become a master chef? Not necessarily, right? I mean, I can afford good food if I take up a job which is highly paying, right? So I need to balance it out and just don't get glamorized by what others are doing. Understand your skill sets, your requirements, and basis that you can figure it out.
Okay. So, for the person who asked this question, I hope you're clear with how do you identify what you're passionate about, and I hope it helps you. Sir, so our next question is, what are some practical ways to discover our strengths and weaknesses?
So looks out to be a very straight question. Honestly speaking, there are personality tests which are available, right? There is something called an MBTI. There is a 16 personality test, and there are other tests which are psychometric tests which are available to help you uh, bring to the fore what is there in the back of the mind. Right. So you take those tests? Yes, you should take those tests. For an example, on my website, which is not working today, alokbansal.com, there is a psychometric test which is available. So can somebody attempt that test and figure it out? Absolutely. Otherwise, another way is to write it on a piece of paper. On what do you think that what is my strength and my weakness? So I think it's important to understand that and pursue that.
Okay, sir. I actually have a question about the tests that you mentioned. So, how standardized are they? And
They are
maybe
very
when,
they are they are very standardized tests. In fact, internationally, companies hire you. When they hire you, they put you through this test, and basis that they decide what kind of a role you are suitable for. I'll give you an example. I was getting interviewed for a Fortune 10 company, which is Exxon Mobil. I worked with them finally for a job, and
okay,
I was interviewed for a city manager position, but they asked me to appear for this test in their office, which I did, and they observed me very cautiously, carefully. Post the test results were out, they promoted me and made me a deputy regional manager. The point I'm trying to make here is they understood that my my skill sets or my strengths and weaknesses are suitable for a higher position, and that's why they gave me that. Right. The point is these are very scientific, time tested techniques. Should you take them? Absolutely, you should take them, and their results are very valued.
okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, Vaikhari is asking, what if passion is in business, but the person is better at science? Or maybe we can generalize it in a way that if a person is passionate about one thing, but not that good at it.
So, for an example, answering this question straight away, I am passionate about business means what? Passionate about making money or growing a particular stream? That could be science, right? Kiran Mazumdar Shah, which is running Biocon, was passionate about scientific discovery, and she worked on molasses or biotechnology and probably grew it, right? So is that a passion towards science or is it a passion towards business? I would say both. They are interlinked. I mean, business in its sense cannot be separated from some other product, right, or an area.
Yeah.
So you have to be aligned. For example, if somebody is passionate about computer science and wants to do business, can that person make computer science as a business? Yes, you could do that.
Okay. I hope it answers the doubt. Um, so the next question was, what are some key considerations which you would suggest students to take into account when they are making decisions about their educational and professional futures?
First, first point is that first of all, it is extremely important to seek quality education. Education is gaining momentum, academics is gaining momentum. All said and done, people are studying a lot, people are upgrading themselves because the world is changing at a very fast pace, whether it is technological revolution which is taking place, there is a geopolitical situation which is changing. So you must be very well read and you must academically do well to take up positions of responsibility. So that's important, number one. Second is, um, whatever area you want to grow, you must excel in that specific area. I'm not saying whether it is geography, whether it is archaeology, whether it is sciences or maths or anything. I mean, I am very indifferent to the subject, but whichever subject you like, you must do exceptionally well in that area to grow. That's important.
Okay. So regarding this thing, what if a person is, like good at multiple things, not averagely good, but above average and good at them. So how can they figure out exactly what path to take?
So, so I think that's a great attribute somebody would have, but one has to identify one specific skill set, and that's why I'm saying maybe a counseling help from somebody like us, or maybe a test would help you identify which factor is more prevalent than the other. Right?
Okay.
See, remember when you go for a blood test, it tells you vitamin B12 is higher, right? This is the
Yeah,
range you
yeah.
should. One quantity, one variable could be one area could be higher than the other, so you can figure it out like that.
Okay. Sir, there's a query from students that what are some good options for arts and commerce in India?
There are two separate questions as I see here.
Yeah.
Art commerce. Honestly speaking, there are innumerable options which are available in the country. Do you know that you can? Do you know that you can pursue engineering after pursuing arts and commerce in 11th and 12th in India? Okay, but you must have maths.
Maths.
So there is an institution called Triple IT Delhi or IIT Chennai. Both of them give admission to students who have studied commerce with maths or humanities with maths in 11th and 12th without the need for appearing for an IIT JEE after 12th. So there are options. I mean, the institutions are saying, "Oh, man, I am not very really bothered about whether you know computer science. You come and I'll teach you, but you must have maths that way." So, can I, art student, commerce student, can they pursue law? Can they do sociology? Can they do political science? Can I? Can they do social work? Can they do mass communication and journalism? Can they look at law, hotel management, fashion designing, anything for that matter? Business management, right? Business economics, right? Can they do CA? I mean, I won't recommend that, but can they do CA or can they get into that area? Absolutely. So there is no dearth of opportunity for people like that.
Okay, so we actually had a similar query which you just answered, where people were asking if they can change their streams later if like their mind changes about their career path.
So in
So
India,
I guess it answers.
it is difficult. Yeah,
Mhm.
people do change. For an example, 35% of students who appeared for CLAT this year, right, were science students. So that means they were changing, right? So can you change? Yes, you can change. but internationally it is very prevalent. It is very conveniently available.
2 years back, I was myself a student who gave CLAT, and I actually got admitted in NLU Mumbai also. But I had to switch back to computer science engineering because my parents said that you can do law afterwards also, just
Correct.
focus on computer science right now.
Correct.
Okay, so thank you about answering that. And next question which we have is how can a person balance pursuing a career which they love with one that actually offers growth and stability?
So every career, so there is no career which would offer you stability. If Shah Rukh Khan stops acting,
Hmm.
probably he has made enough money, but he would not be called as a star which is available. So you'll have to continuously work on that and continuously upgrade your skill sets. But there is no career like that where you can say, "Ho gaya," right? So I think you'll have to continue working on that. It's a
Okay. Okay, there's another question which is a bit practical, more of, it's like what are some skills that can be considered essential for the future job market, and how can a person start developing them now?
So number one, communication skills are paramount. Whichever area you operate in, unless and until you are able to communicate. I mean, there was a survey some years back conducted by CII, and they found that more than 90% of students who are coming out of engineering colleges in the country are unemployable because they cannot speak well, they cannot express their feelings, they cannot communicate well. That was a study which found out. So I think communication skills are very important. I mean, as a counselor, I can tell you that math and English skills are very important. I am not saying you should know calculus, but basic math and basic English skills are very, very critical. They would always keep you ahead. I mean, can you drop in a mail to somebody? Can you interact with people? That's important. Third is, or maybe the second option, which is important as a skill set, is able ability to expand your horizon. You should be able to reach out to people, talk to them, and probably continue to work towards enhancing your skill sets. I mean, that these are two areas.
Okay. So yeah, like talking about communication and engineering colleges, so that is truly needed because even what we have seen right now, like placements for our seniors are going, and some of them are getting rejected because of communication. So maybe this happened on a larger scale a few years back, but then recently they changed their curriculum and they have added two courses for communication skills, which are, like on a beginner level and an advanced level. So the students are getting benefited by it now. So
Correct.
communication truly is an important skill set when a person goes out in the world. Okay.
Truly, yeah.
Yeah. So we have a question, which is like if a person faces some setbacks or they don't perform as well as they might have hoped, so how can they stay motivated and focused on their goals?
See, if somebody has failed, probably we are banging the wrong door, right? Or probably the kind of effort which was required to succeed has not been put in. So it's a beautiful world out there. I mean, and there are opportunities for everyone. There is no need to get depressed or maybe demotivated. You must fight it out, continue to work. If you believe that this is the goal, then you must pursue that. By all means, continue working towards it. I mean, I think a good example is if you've seen that movie, which is 12th Fail. I mean, that's an amazing movie to talk about somebody who was failing and who did not have the right resources to grow. Right. So I think there is no reason for somebody to feel dejected, depressed. There is enough opportunity. Change your ecosystem. Somebody, people who are demotivating you or putting a ray of pessimism in you, are trying to criticize you, leave them, move on. Move on. It's a beautiful world. So opportunities galore.
Okay, so that's truly a thing. We should set back the negativity which a person is facing, and at times it actually takes time to realize that who are the people. Sometimes it might be your close friends, it might be someone from the family, and they are dragging your progress to some other level. Well,
I'll
um,
an example. I mean, if Tata Motors can fail with their nano car, right, with all that planning and everything, so
Mhm.
should they stop? Did they stop making a car?
No.
They made a better car, probably, a range of cars. So you must fight it out. We are basic humans. We are bound to make mistakes. Everyone has made a mistake. Nothing to worry.
Okay, so Srushti has a question. She asks that should she pursue interior designing career in India or abroad? And is it a correct choice of career while keeping the present and the future in mind?
Interior designing actually becomes a subset or a specialized area. My real suggestion would be at an undergraduate level, you should look at a more broad based course, which is an industrial design, product design, or a marketing or any other course for that matter, and then pick up interior designing as a specialization. Most of the institutions world over would offer you a 6 months course for interior designing. So, spending my entire undergraduate years in interior designing is not worth it.
Okay, so Srushti, I hope you got your answer. Uh, Sir, earlier we were talking about some skills which are actually needed. So, what if, like for me at least, it's good that we have communication skills in our curriculum, but maybe there might be colleges or institutes out there who don't provide these courses to the students. So, what are maybe some online courses or platforms which you would recommend the students from where they can gain these skills?
So, you should look at Coursera or EDX. There are ample amount of courses which are available, which are free of cost, and you can participate in them. Besides that, there are videos available on YouTube, right? Should I watch them? Absolutely. I mean, there are enough courses which are available to help you practice.
Sir, you mentioned Coursera. So there are other two, three sites as well, who provide you certifications once you
Yeah,
complete a
Coursera,
course.
EDX, there are MOOC. So you have Udacity, you have Udemy, Coursera, yeah, all these courses. EDX.
So how valuable or do like what kind of a value do they hold? Like if can a person add to their
Value.
resume or is it industry
It
recognized?
adds, it adds tremendous value to your resume.
Okay. Um, so besides traditional engineering and medical paths, like that is what most of the students are focused to right now. So are there any alternative career options also for students who have pursued JEE or NEET or might be in their uh,
Correct.
early years right now?
If you have pursued NEET or if you were looking at becoming a doctor, can you become a homeopathic, Unani, Ayurvedic doctor? Can you look at pharmacy? Can you look at microbiology? Can you look at agriculture sciences, biotechnology? Can you look at forensic sciences? Can you look at radiology? Can I look at optometry? Can you look at hospital administration? Can you look at public health? Amazing amount of courses which are available. Similarly, somebody who's wanting to appear for IIT, can I look at business management? Can I look at business economics? Can I look at law? Can I look at total management? Can I look at fashion design? Can I look at architecture? Can I look at industrial design? Can I look at product
Mhm.
design? I mean, there is no dearth of opportunities there.
Okay. So there are certain issues which the students face, like while thinking about their career. Major might be, parents, they have a different career path in mind for the students, like for their own children. So which can be contradictory to what a particular child wants to pursue or is interested in. So what can a person in such a situation do?
Yeah, I think we need, I think it's time to have a hard talk. If you have decided that this is the career or this is the path you want to pursue, you must sit down and maybe talk to your parents about it, right? A hard, a hard talk or a heart-to-heart discussion is required here.
Okay. Um, So there's also another difficulty which some students face, which is about finance. So how can a person factor their financial considerations when choosing any career path?
So finance is important. Funding the studies as well as making money are important aspects. You can't live on charity for that matter. So, should you plan it? Yes, you must take cognizance of that, and that is why I said practical orientation is required. I mean, I like teaching, right? So, should I not charge? I would like to charge because I have to survive and thrive and grow. I also want to own an iPhone, right? So, I think it's important to understand that, but only financial consideration is not a good idea because it doesn't sustain you in the long run. So you picked up computer science because it pays you more money? That's not fair.
Yeah, well, it definitely makes sense because it can be that you are choosing one thing, but maybe
Correct.
at in the middle of it, you might feel like not doing it further, or lack of interest also affects the
Correct.
success you get in any
You
field, right?
cannot sustain it. Let's look at Abhishek Bachchan. No, he's not able to sustain it.
Yeah, that's true. So there's also a question is how much does the college you go in actually matter?
It
Uh,
is
like
important. It is very important. The name of the college is very, very important because it offers you an ecosystem which would allow you to grow and thrive. Going to an unknown institution, I'm not saying, I mean, which institution you're talking about, but any institution, any university, any college you want to join, do your due diligence about that college. Do they offer placements? What kind of, do they really teach you? What kind of people are available there? So I think it's very, very important. People ascribe value to you based on the institution you come from.
okay. When I was in my 12th grade, so actually, even I was planning to go and maybe study abroad. But then we have seen there are like two or three options which students actually prefer is they try to go abroad after 12th, or maybe there are some students who will pursue their bachelor's over here and then aim to go abroad during their master's. So, what do you think is a better option or certain factors which a student needs to consider before taking this decision?
See, if I really want to go abroad, see, I'm a global citizen. I want to study the best, get the best quality education wherever it is available, world over. If it is available in India, I'll take it. If it is available outside, I'll go there. So for that purpose, international institutions are ranked much higher than Indian institutions. So should I go after 12th? Yes. Is money available? Yes. I have got a girl this year from Delhi who has got 100% scholarship, which is worth 3 crores at Dartmouth, which is an Ivy League institution to pursue her undergraduate studies in economics after 12th. Is that available? Absolutely. So can I target that? Yes. I must be aware that there is there are scholarships which are available. I need to plan ahead for that. So I think it's important to understand that quality of education, the exposure you would get, the research labs which would be available, the job opportunities which would be available would be far superior. But I must plan it. I mean, people, the problem is somebody called me today saying that, okay, I am appearing for 12th boards and I want to go to MIT. I mean, I couldn't stop laughing because somebody who telling me at the last minute that that person wants to go to MIT is fooling himself and others because that's not easy. So you must start planning quite well in advance to plan to look at that. I think that's important.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually a really valuable feedback, and also congratulations to the student whom you just mentioned, because getting 100% scholarship is not something which we see very commonly over here. Actually, I would like the participants, if anyone has any questions, they can comment it and like in the chat box, and Mr. Alok Bansal would definitely answer them. Please feel free to ask your questions.
I think most their questions have been answered. There
Mhm.
are large number of people
Mhm.
joining in now, but that's I think we have answered quite a few questions which are available there. But if yeah, is studying abroad better than studying here? I mean, depends on what kind of an education. If you want to become a lawyer in India, should you go abroad and pursue law? No, because then you'll have to follow the law of the land, and then that is why you should study here. But if you really want to pursue computer science or maybe economics or maybe business management, should you go abroad? Yes, probably yes, because I mean, let's look at IIT Mumbai, which is ranked number one in India, is ranked 173rd in the world. Can I get you into the top 50 universities in the world? 100%, 100% guaranteed, right? So I think that's important. That's important to understand. I missed some questions. Can you read it out? Yeah. Is studying abroad better than studying here? I mean, I just mentioned the ranking. If I go by the ranking and if I can afford it, I think you should go abroad because you're a global citizen. The world is looking at Indians. Why? Because demographically we are the youngest population in the world, not because of any other reason, which others keep talking about. What is the importance of profile building? Profile building is exceptionally important, extremely important when you are submitting an application. And that is why people like me, who run an organization called alokbansal.com, come in and we help students build their profile. Very, very critical. What exactly is it? Have you done a research? Have you created a community project? Have you done something to provide a proof of concept on why I should believe that you want to pursue this course? You tell me you want to create a business in the future. I mean, what is the proof of concept? Have you done anything like that? Have you tried doing something like that? Have you participated in a competition? So everything around that is important. In the context of getting into the schools abroad, yes. I mean, that's what I mentioned, Dhruv. I hope that answers your question. So any more questions? I'm happy to answer. In fact, every year, many of my students make it to Ivy League institutions or the topmost institutions. Even today, University of Southern California, a prestigious institution, gave out their results. And our students have made it. Our students have made it to Cornell, Dartmouth, NYU, Purdue, those kind of institutions world over. So it is because of profile building.
Sir, since we're talking about profile building, I would actually like you to address a query of mine. Okay, like currently I am a student at Indian Institute of Information Technology, Sri City, which is in Andhra Pradesh. The problem which we face here is that we don't have ample exposure to, like the opportunities outside. Since the institute is in a very remote place, in a not even like it's not a proper city, so we face some problems. So how can a person actually do profile building over here?
You can do online courses, you can do online internships, you can take help of people like us who can connect you with companies who would provide you virtual internships, research projects. Lot of options are available. Today, the world is more interconnected than it was pre-COVID. So there is location is hardly a constraint. I mean, can you beat that? I have a student from Tanzania, I have a student from Iran who I am helping in building their profile, and they don't have opportunities there, but we are helping them out. So it's like that. So it should not be a problem. Look at online courses, look at projects, lot of options.
Okay. So do these courses need to be technical or something related to what you want to pursue, or they'll check overall aspect of a
Both,
student?
both,
Okay, so
both.
what are maybe some, like off-campus opportunity or something which is not related to the classroom that a student should pursue or
For
uh, build their
example,
resume in?
for example, in your case, have you put something on GitHub? Have you done some projects on Kaggle?
Uh, Not really on Kaggle, but
You,
we have done some on GitHub.
have you participated in hackathons, which are online hackathons? That is crucial for me to look at.
Okay. Well, I haven't taken part in hackathons yet, but maybe I'll do in this
I mean,
year.
I hope you got the sense of that.
Yeah, yeah, yes,
I think
I did.
I think most of the questions are answered. Anybody has a question? Otherwise, we can wrap it up if that is okay. Yeah.
So we have a question from Dhruv that how far off should an aspirant start with profile building for PG candidates?
So, in fact, uh, around 4 years back, a student who got into an engineering college, immediately joining the engineering college, joined us, and we helped him build his profile for 4 years. And finally, he won a UN award. Yeah, he finally made it to Columbia University with some scholarship. Why? Because we worked on his profile for 4 years. So it depends. I mean, you should start early, definitely. First year of your college, you should start.
Okay. Does anyone have any more questions? Well, maybe just wait for a minute or two. If not, then we'll wrap it the session. Sir, by the time we wait, what would you suggest the students like or the participants in the meet to do in their upcoming years?
No, so the students should first of all define their goals very clearly on exactly what is that they really want to pursue, and start working towards achieving their goals. Create a roadmap, which is what they should follow very aggressively. There is no dearth of opportunities there, but you must pursue your goals very passionately. That's important to understand. Correct?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Good. I think so. We should wrap up. Yeah, people are still joining in. Uh, cool. So thank you very much for participating in this session. I hope I am able to answer your queries. You want to come back and talk to us, come back and talk to us at alokbansal.com. The website is not working today, it is getting revamped, but then you can reach out to us through your our Instagram profile, which is alokbansal01. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I extend our heartfelt gratitude to you for sharing your wisdom and expertise. Your insights have undoubtedly inspired us on our educational and career journeys. And I would also like to thank all the participants for your engagement and thoughtful questions. And please remember that the knowledge which we gained today is just a stepping stone towards your success. And wishing everyone all the best in your exams, career endeavors, and also personal growth. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.